What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan coming to you live from Boca Raton, Florida. And today I want to talk about why you must always provide 3 pieces of proof. And I had this sort of a dawn on me today when I had to have a bit of an uncomfortable meeting at the co-working space that I work out of. It kind of hit me that it was the act of 3 pieces of proof that caused me to have to take an action that I was not very thrilled to have to take. Okay, so I want to kind of tell a little bit of his story and kind of explain why 3 pieces of proof is so powerful. And I saw it even work on myself, even outside of the context of sales letters and persuasion. It was still just as powerful to cause me to take action, an action, like I said, I didn't even want to take. So consider something like a relationship that you have. Consider something like a friendship that you've had for a long time. Consider like a bad boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that. And we're going to frame this in the context of like 3 pieces of proof, okay? So have you ever had friends who would like sit you down and say, hey, I think this person is no good for you, right? Or have you ever been in a relationship where it feels like there's something a little bit off or wrong, or you're just kind of uncomfortable, but you aren't compelled quite enough to make a decision to move one way or the other? Like basically, have you ever been in a bad relationship that you were supposed to get out of and you didn't get out of? This could be like a toxic friendship, a toxic like romantic relationship, or just like severing ties with like a business partner or a coworker or a bad client that you just, for whatever reason, you can't push away from. I think the thing that I want to kind of get to with all of this is that you have two sort of forces working against you. One is time, and the other is your comfort level, or I want to call it worldview. Okay, so what happens is things will happen that will provide a logical, rational reason for you to sever a relationship or take some sort of action, right? And what happens is in the middle of that, time gets in the way. And this comes back to why you need 3 pieces of proof in your copywriting whenever you're trying to convince someone to do something. Okay, so time can get in the way. And what happens is it causes like a sort of soft reset on those pieces of proof. Like if someone does something bad to you, or something bad happens, like a bad transaction or a bad business move or relationship or whatever, you're fighting against your time. The time causes a soft reset. The second force is your comfort, your motivation to believe that the thing that's happening is happening, because it causes you to have to create a sort of change. So you know these things are true within you. Like it's much easier to just kind of go with the devil that you know than to risk the devil that you don't, right? Like the lead that I have is better than the gold that I don't. Okay, so those are the 2 forces working against you. Now, how do you overcome those forces to cause you to take immediate action? Well, the answer is, quite frankly, 3 pieces of proof. And now here's the example that I've got for you today. I have been coming to this spot for a couple months now. I really love it here. And I noticed just like a week or 2 ago, all the parking spaces were taken up. And there was actually one dude who was double parked, so I wasn't able to park. And I was like, that sucks. I'll mention it to the staff, they'll take care of it, not a big deal. So I did, and they did, and that was the end of it. Cool. So then another week goes by, and I come back down, and all the parking spaces are taken yet again. And I have to keep circling and circling, and I circle about twice before someone finally gets in their car and drives off for lunch or whatever, and that spot opens up, and I take it, and I'm like, okay, that was weird, a little bit of a nuisance, but whatever. So I come in today, and today, all the spots are taken, and I have to go park at a different parking lot for the co-working space that I work at. So today I come up to the desk and I say, hey, I have to have that awkward conversation where it's like, I didn't really want to bring this up, but it's kind of become like a problem now, okay? And it was after I had this conversation where it dawned on me that I experienced the phenomena of 3 pieces of proof. So when you're writing copy, I want you to think of it like this. 1 instance is a fluke. 2 instances is a coincidence. 3 instances is a trend. Okay, and this goes into our third big 4 emotions. So we got new, easy, safe, and big. And the third one is safe. And safe's alter ego is predictability. And what I found is that whenever I had the parking issue 3 times within 2 weeks, we no longer have a fluke. We don't even have a coincidence. we have a predictable trend. I can see a pattern beginning to form, and my brain said, I need to take action. I need to do something to get in front of this right now. And again, it was because of the limited passage of time in between each instance, and there wasn't a very strong collision with my worldview and motivations to not take action. So what you kind of have to keep in mind is that you are not always working, like the person you're speaking to, their worldview might not always be in your favor, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable for them to take a big move or take a big action or do a big change in life. Depending on the price point of your product and the risk associated, it might mean different amounts of proof or different levels of intensity for them to change their worldview or their opinion on something, because they're motivated to not do anything. It is only when a clear and obvious pattern emerges that someone feels compelled to take action, like I was today. That was not a conversation I even wanted to have, right? But it was because I was presented with 3 pieces of proof in a very short time window when I saw an obvious and apparent pattern emerging, where I said, hey, there seems to be a problem with the parking around here recently. I don't know what's going on, but I can't park, and I don't like it. So what they informed me was, hey, someone just moved into the building recently, and they brought a lot of employees, the big tenants, so they're taking up a bunch of parking spaces. We're working to make sure something changes soon. So it was kind of like they were already aware of it, and I wasn't the first person to complain, but it was the realization struck me. It was like, yeah, well, this has happened once, twice, 3 times. I was like, 3 pieces. Like 3 is the magic number to get someone to take some action. Okay, so I think one of the things I want to talk about, and I kind of brought it up with like relationships. I brought it up with like relationships, and I wanted to kind of frame that in this mode of like, if it wasn't so rapid, I could easily dismiss those 3 instances as standalone instances. So whenever you're writing copy, you need a bing, bang, boom. Like I've got a claim for you, right? Claim, proof, benefit. It's objection, claim, proof, benefit. That's the template for like setting up your arguments and knocking down objections very quickly. You want to, like, as soon as you make your claim, you want to hit them quickly with 3 irrefutable pieces of evidence that won't sway them, that makes a pattern obviously clear, right? So it's new, easy, safe, and big. And we talk about safe. Number 3, the alter ego is predictability, and that is a strong motivator, a strong emotional trigger that causes someone to take action. And I can speak from experience right now, having gone through it today myself, that it caused me to take an unwanted action, right? So it's very important. 1 time is a fluke, 2 times is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. Okay, that's all I've got for today. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Kyle signing off. Peace out, Copy Squad.